All right, man. Today is Monday. It's August 5th. Welcome to the Dog Walk, presented by Barstool Sports. Snake Draft Monday. We are joined on Zoom by Kenjac and Rico Bosco. Boys, how we doing? Kenjac?
Doing good. This is a topic I've been, you brought it up yesterday. Super excited. I got a full list of like 25 immediately down within like 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm interested on what it's going to be. Like, the topic, as you saw from the title, it's movie deaths. But are people going to go like iconic? Are people going to go sad? Or I'm just kind of interested to see the way it shakes out.
There's a lot of different ways to go.
Yes, the most memorable, the most gruesome.
I think I have a big blind spot on this one.
What?
I'm not a horror movie guy. I don't know if that's in your.
I don't think I have
horror movies, sir. You have a lot of horror movies?
I don't.
No, I think I have a couple.
I have a lot of kids movies on here.
Okay.
The fuck?
I have two.
Like
I have
Pixar
two
does?
kids movies.
I have a couple for
Well,
sure.
I know one you have, obviously, but because we did the. There might be some overlap here with the sad movies draft that we did with Kate.
Yeah.
Or the sad movie moments, but this is kind of different. Like it could be
You
up
could
to
be
your
rooting for this death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be up to your
Right.
interpretation.
Yeah.
And it's only movies.
Yeah.
Save
Save your
TV
Game
for
of
another
Thrones,
day or
Your
something.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, save your
deaths.
Joffrey pick for another day.
Yeah. Red weddings.
How we doing, Bosco?
Good.
Correct.
Yeah, I got a good list, I feel like. A lot of different directions, so we'll see.
I like that
You
play
put out
sheet.
alive on Unnamed today too.
What?
You made it out alive on
Oh, it was just unreal, bro. It's just unreal.
from our
You
vantage.
say anything in passing now, it's like, it's fucking nuts.
What'd you say?
I didn't know Jackie became a click merchant.
Who did?
McCarthy is just a click merchant.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
Oh, it was funny.
sad to see how that relationship is kind
it's
of
crazy. We just patched it up, too.
That's sad. Smacky Jables. All right, let's just get into it. How about that? Lance has number 1 through 5 behind his back. Kenjac, what number is it?
2.
Yep.
Wow.
Ooh.
I weirdly don't think that, like, I have enough picks and I'm happy with it. I don't think position matters too much. I think I'll just take 1.
All right.
Doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, it doesn't
First
matter.
overall.
Just zigged on
Yeah,
exactly.
I thought you
It's
were
like,
gonna
I
go
don't know, 1 or
fifth.
5, but it wouldn't really make a huge difference. I may as well just get 1.
1 through 4, Bosco.
3.
No.
Chief.
It's never 3.
2.
No.
Dave.
1.
No.
4.
Yep.
Still that pen.
I'll go second. 1 through 3, Bosco.
You have 1 through 3 to pick.
3 again.
It is 3.
You got it.
What's available? 3rd?
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I'll go in the middle.
All right, 1 or 2, Chief.
2.
Yep.
I'll go 5th.
All right, so the order is Kenjac, Eddie, Rico, White Sox, Dave, Chief. Before we get into the draft, though, I want to talk about my friends at Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. I just opened up the app. I'm seeing Luke Bryan tickets at Wrigley Sunday, August 25th for as low as $32. That's a steal. Everybody knows Wrigley's an awesome venue for music. You can go there. Country Girls, Shake It For Me. Rain Makes Corn, Corn Makes Whiskey. You could sing all the Luke Bryan songs. He's got some big hits. And Game Time is a place to get those tickets, so make sure you go check out Game Time for that. They got the flash deals for sudden discounts, the zone deals for when you're feeling flexible. And they got the lowest price guarantee, which means that if you can find the same seats for less anywhere else, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Game Time is the best place for last-minute tickets with up to 60% off your favorite events. So I don't know what you're waiting for. Go grab those Luke Bryan tickets and take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code DOGWALK for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Movie deaths draft underway. Kenjac, take it away.
Okay, so I have one where I'd want to see if you guys veto it, I'm totally happy with it, but it's one where I want to at least try it, which is the entire the sort of ending sequence of The Departed.
No.
Would that not?
That's got to be one guy.
It's got to be
one
a
guy,
specific
yes.
person.
Yeah, it's got to be a death.
Because I was thinking that 5-minute interval where 5 people die is just so fucking good, but it's so hard to classify that in my brain is any single one of those. You know what
I think there's
Because
one.
then you can start to get, so then from there, you can take the opening scene in Dark Knight.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
what would you pick out of that?
All those deaths.
But those aren't
I mean,
iconic characters. Those are just randos.
Yeah, but it's, I get what you're saying. But no, I think you got to
No,
get one
I
guy.
mean, you got to pick all the main characters died.
To me, there is one that tops them all.
I agree.
That scene.
You have to pick
Yeah.
one of them.
I agree.
veto.
Okay, so
Total
if that's the case, and I can't pick a singular one of those, and I do think the one that you're talking about is very good. I would rather have the aggregate there. I'll take Terminator 2, Arnie's death, him going down in the flames, thumb up in the air. I feel like that's like a no-brainer, one of the best movie deaths of all time. Just like I think it has a combination of both being, and I think this is like where we kind of think of like how do we draft like sad, impactful, cool, badass. Like this is a good combination of things. Like it was very impactful for the movie, but it was also badass as fuck. He's going down with the thumb up in the air into lava after icing the bad guy, the T-1000, which is one of the coolest villains of all time.
Scary villain.
I love that scene.
Never seen it.
Never seen T2?
Oh,
Never
it's
seen
an
T1.
all-time great movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is a
I'll
good
check it
pick.
out.
That villain was like a nightmare villain, like when you're a kid.
If we were drafting villains, he might go 1-1.
I'll check it out.
I always
have
love the
drafted
little like
villains,
behind the
and he
scenes
didn't
thing
go
with like they talk about, I think the actor's name is Robert Patrick. He's like he trained so that he wouldn't blink when he shot, so he'd look more robotic. So he's like firing off the Beretta and like he's not blinking, he's just like firing 2 feet from his face, no fucking blink. It's so cool. I love T2, and I think Arnie's death sequence is so good in that.
This was not on my list.
I put it down like as we started hitting record.
Okay.
With that said, definitely iconic.
Yeah, it's I don't think 1-1 though. As much as I love that movie, it's probably a top 5 favorite movie of mine. I don't know if it's 1-1.
I think if it satisfies the criteria of being extremely cool, extremely impactful, and part of like one of the best movies ever. So like it satisfies enough stuff
Yeah, it
where I'm
does.
like, it got to go up there.
It does.
Yeah. All right. T2, Arnold's death. I'm up. Should I play defense or should I take what I think is the number 2 pick?
Take what you
I'm
think
just
is the
gonna
number 2
I'll give
pick.
you a spoiler. I'm just gonna take what I want.
Yeah. I'm taking Quentin Jaws.
Yeah. High on my
Okay.
board.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite movie characters ever.
Yeah. When you see him just slide in the shark's mouth,
Unbelievable.
all-time horrifying scene as a kid. Just a masterpiece. The boat is sinking, water's coming down, all the shit from the boat's going down. He's screaming, blood's dripping out of his mouth. Everything about it is iconic, and I think it's like pound for pound could be number 1.
I think it's definitely in the discussion for 1-1, and a little tenderizing and down you go.
Yeah.
You know, Quint.
Yeah.
After that speech too
Little
about
shaking,
Indianapolis,
little
too.
tenderizing, down you go. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And then what's his name sniping the oxygen tank in the shark's mouth like not too far after. Is
Awesome.
Yeah, Roy Schneider.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all-time panic moment if that's actually you. If you're Roy Schneider, you see that guy get eaten like that.
And he's the shark
Yeah.
killer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do?
And your boat's fucked, and you're just like, oh man, I'm next.
Did you know, obviously, they made a million horrible Jaws sequels? Did you know, like, Spielberg's idea was to do, or someone's idea was to do a prequel on that, Kenjac, the SS Indianapolis, which we talked about?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Which I've never done, I don't think. They never did a movie
They
about
made
it.
They made a movie about the Indianapolis.
Oh, they did?
Nick Cage. With Nick Cage. It wasn't like that sort of movie. It wasn't like a Jaws movie, really.
Right.
From what I remember.
That's a great sequence too. When he's like, "What is that? I love Mom," and he's like, "No, that's the Indianapolis." And he was like, "You were on the Indianapolis," and he tells the story.
Yep.
Fucking unbelievable.
He's like ripped.
Yeah.
Fucking,
He's like, the guy he was a ball player. Yeah, he rolled him over. Fucking it's the doll's eyes. It's just like, and then Schneider's looking at his like baby ass scar from like fucking probably on a fence locking a guy up. It's just a fucking great scene. They gave we got a cool experience. We got to go see Jaws at Radio City Music Hall.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think for like the 20th anniversary. No, yeah, 20th anniversary maybe. Or something like that.
Came out in like
fucking
80, right?
sick. The guy,
75.
Peter Benchley, who came out, wrote the book. He got an all-time. He got a standing ovation, and then they gave a standing ovation or not standing ovation, but everybody clapped after the Indianapolis speech. It was fucking sick. And my brother was like 6, and he memorized the whole movie. It was sick. It was awesome to see it at Radio City.
Jaws is the original
were
summer
kids.
blockbuster too. Like Blockbuster, they would not put good movies out in the summer. That was everyone's like everyone's going to be out. No one's staying in to go to a movie theater. And Jaws changed the entire landscape of movies. That's how impactful it was. And it also like lowered beach attendance around the country, like for like significant margin.
Crazy.
For the
They
next
need
few
those
years,
summer
which is also
dollars
nuts.
too.
Yeah, like destroyed the economy of beach towns.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember I saw a funny tweet too, where it's like, if you ever wonder if local elections matter, remember that the mayor in Jaws 1 is also the mayor in Jaws 2.
Yep.
They didn't vote him out after all that.
Yep.
It really is just all around one of the most important movies of all time.
No bullshit. Good movie, couple of laughs, but it's fucking unreal.
I definitely watch it at least once a summer.
Yeah, it's a perfect summer movie.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, I'm sure everyone's seen, like, all the facts about how, like, the shark wouldn't work and sharks only on camera for, like, a couple minutes total.
We watched the making of it, and Spielberg's in the water like, this motherfucking thing. He's screaming about it.
Did you guys ever do, like, the ride experience at Universal?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like, that was always my favorite ride.
Yeah, you get scared as a kid. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Rico, you're up.
All right. Anytime, I want to pick with my heart. Anytime anybody has ever asked about movies or like what's the ending or don't spoil the ending, I always say this as an ending. It's a death that pulls on the heartstrings. I would take G Baby and Hardball.
Yep.
Take G Baby and Hardball. All timer, fucking leads to a Keanu like tough speech. He's like fighting back the tears, but you don't see it coming. You thought it's like a good movie, you know, a good little feel good movie, and then poor G Baby gets one right in the K of the cucumbers.
Yeah.
So I'll take G Baby.
I think that was probably very high. Was that your defense pick, Ed?
No, that was not it.
Okay.
I'm shocked it went that high. Obviously, it's an iconic death, and it's something that I look back on a lot, I guess, because I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not a bad pick.
I took it knowing that the one I should take is probably not coming back to me, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
it's the risk you take.
Yeah, I went to college with G Baby, the guy who played.
Really?
him.
Oh, really?
The actor, the kid.
The actor. Yeah.
Did you never say that?
That's unbelievable.
I don't know.
We've talked about G Baby a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know why it never. Like I've seen him. I never talked to him, but I know people like it was reported. I can't confirm firsthand, but it was reported that he didn't like being called G Baby.
So
he was the Angels in the Outfield kid too, right?
No.
I was going to say that'd be something that I never put together.
No, he was not.
Angels in the Outfield was too early. That was like 6 years ahead of it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But that kid was only like 6 or 7 in the movie. I feel like so. It might be shaken out. I went to college with the Apple kid from Dennis the Menace, and he same thing. He hated being. I'm like, dude, that's fucking sweet.
Get those residual checks, baby.
Yeah, he would get like $200 a year.
Yeah, like I said, I can't confirm that because it wasn't firsthand, but he did go to Southern Illinois.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, definitely just sad as fuck. Like, and like not to get too real, but like the epitome of like how horrible gang violence is.
Yeah.
You know.
It's all too often you hear about something like that. Like you hear once or twice a week in Chicago about fucking 8-year-old kid getting a stray bullet. It's awful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was supposed to be Cabrini Green, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. White Sox, Dave.
I'm gonna go Goose.
Oh, Top Gun.
Oh, I didn't even have that on the
Top
board.
Gun.
That's a good pick.
You know, so I watched Top Gun for the first time before Maverick came out, and I had always known, like, that's a spoiler that you see. I'd always known Goose died.
Mm-hmm.
When I found out that he didn't die in like war in combat, and he just died from fucking.
They never went to war.
That's
really.
what I know, but like, I was.
Training
It was.
exercise.
It was like an all-time like. What? Like that's how this guy dies? I've known he's dead for like 20 years.
Jet wash is real.
But it was.
Yeah.
It was shocking.
That's a good one though, because he had been introduced to his wife and kids, so it like tugged
Family
on
man
Yeah.
playing on the piano and you know all happy and jolly and perfect wingman, and there he goes, super sad. And then it parlays into the new movie with his son and everything, and it's a great little segue. I think I love those movies. 2 American fucking classics. I love those movies. So I'm going with Goose.
It is not to. I don't think there's like a hot take for you guys. I think the second one is so much better than the first.
Oh yeah, but the first one's great. It's a classic.
Miles.
The second one is one of my absolute fucking favorite movies I've ever seen.
Save the movie. Save the theaters.
It did.
Yeah, exactly.
I went and saw Twisters Sunday.
Yeah.
Every fucking theater was packed. It saved the movies. I've never been to a movie theater so packed in my life.
Yeah, I watched it. I didn't love the first one, but I get it. It's probably like
It's good.
I love
it's
them both.
80s. It's drenched in 80s nostalgia.
But
like a
yeah,
romantic
but like
dramedy
when that
movie.
came out, that was
yeah. I didn't dislike it. Same thing with I just watched Twister for the first time 2 days ago. The original one.
I've never seen that.
I was like, Really? I don't know. Like
It's rougher and way rougher. I think we probably watched when we were kids, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
I watched it in
Yes.
definitely in the early 2000s or something. I'm like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever.
Right.
And then I watched it before Twisters came out, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
No, I liked it.
I wouldn't even say it's bad. It's just like I was like, oh, I like Twister. It's an iconic movie. I thought it'd be better.
It has a pretty good cast. Philip Seymour Hoffman, Bill Paxton, Helen
It's not a
Hunt.
good movie.
I enjoy it. I watched it within the last 18 months.
That doesn't mean it's not enjoyable though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
I agree with
it's
you.
very enjoyable. It's not a good movie.
I think that's a very fair way to put it.
Yeah,
Okay.
driving scene's cool.
The cows flying around.
Yeah, Chief, you're up.
To me, I'll just take Mufasa.
Yeah.
Mufasa dying. I think that's got to be a first round one, iconic. One of the first movies I remember seeing in the theaters. I think I was like 7. So yeah, Mufasa.
Horrible. Like, I mean, arguably the saddest one here.
Yep.
Just
A lot of controversy. Kathy Lee Gifford said it should have been rated R for kids. I remember hearing that. This was one I saw. This one in Radio City Music before it came out.
Jesus, how the fuck do you know that?
Maybe Dad had a hookup with a Disney rep or something like that. It was fucking
had a guy.
unbelievable. It was a sick night. It was a sick night.
This also, I'm assuming, holds more weight for you guys too because it ties into the Derrick Rose as well. The Derrick Rose picture.
That's just you didn't need to go that route.
I mean, I'm just saying that would have more meaning for me too if it was like them holding fucking LaDainian Tomlinson's turf toe or whatever in the AFC Championship.
How about Rico just having a movie pass for Radio City Music Hall?
Just those two. But it was a sick night. We saw it before it even came out.
Unbelievable.
Ed, you want to go to
Yeah, it was
Cascade with me
awesome.
soon?
It's closed.
I know.
Yeah, it's closed. Yeah, just super sad. Like nobody saw it coming, and
I'd say.
Fratricide, right? Isn't that what that's called when your brother kills you?
Yeah.
What's it?
If your brother kills you, fratricide?
that's what it's
never
called.
heard that. Never,
think so.
Never heard that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a frat something is Latin for brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you guys
Off
went to Catholic
of-
school, right?
Well,
The-
frat is fraternity.
Yeah.
Yeah. The origins of the word for you SAT kids out there.
Patricide is parent.
Yep.
I would say this is probably the most memorable Disney cartoon death, right?
The people have been going crazy about the Up one, the wife,
in the beginning.
Yeah, but I think that Mufasa is.
Yeah.
Mufasa's bigger, I think.
I think the up scene is
Sad.
very
Yeah.
like one of the saddest
It's a different type of sad.
ever. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't say it's more.
I would agree.
Yeah, Chief, you're up again.
I will go Fredo and Lake Tahoe, Godfather 2. They're doing saying the prayer, and like it's coming. They just bring him out there, and it's just out in the distance. And he just gets popped in the back of the head, sleeping with the fishes.
This is tough because Godfather obviously has a bunch.
I have a few on my list. Yeah. I thought about it. I do think that this is the number one because there is another one where it's like I think the death. I don't want to tip it.
The death is cooler. This death is more impactful.
Yeah, but there's another death where I feel like it's done very cheesily. Like it's just like
I know what you're talking.
Yeah,
but that still doesn't make it not iconic.
I agree, but I do think that this is a better cinematic death and like one that you knew was coming eventually, and then like the way they do it, it's awesome. So, Fredo, Godfather 2.
And the lead up into it too, the whole scene in Cuba and all that with like, oh, you broke my heart.
Yeah,
it's great.
Kiss of death. I knew it was you,
Fredo.
Fredo. I knew it was you.
That John Cazale, we've talked about him, I think, a million times. John Cazale, one of the all-time craziest runs in Hollywood history. He'd been like 5 movies in a row, all nominated for Best Picture.
Deer Hunter.
Deer Hunter, that Dog Day Afternoon.
I haven't seen
one.
that.
Nor have I.
But he did like 5 movies in a row, all nominated for Best Picture. He like a million, I think like 40 Academy Award nominations between all 5 of them. He was dating Meryl Streep at the time, and then he got cancer and passed away. Sadly, right after that.
Yeah, he went quick too,
most
right?
Insane runs.
That was the guy who played Fredo?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I couldn't decide between any of the Godfather deaths that I just said fuck it.
Yeah, that's why it's hard. But I'm not saying I disagree.
Right, same thing. Yeah.
But White Sox, Dave, you're up.
Jack Dawson.
Fuck.
That fucking twat could have gave him part of that board. Great tits though.
My first on camera, my first tits.
Yeah, my first tits too. I think I've said this many times. I think a lot of people our age, that was probably the first pair of tits they ever saw. It was the first pair of tits I ever remember seeing.
Mine was Sable and Playboy.
I also saw those tits.
Yeah.
I saw those tits.
One of my cousins, he had it in a ceiling tile.
Like he's hiding
Nice.
drugs.
Yeah.
We had a buddy that hid VHS, just regular movies with nude scenes in them in the ceiling tiles. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty sick.
Remember Starship Troopers, the shower scene?
Yep.
Yeah.
Denise
Yeah.
Richards.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
Denise
yeah,
Richards
that-
shows the tits?
Oh, Wild Things.
I
Brother.
don't not
Wild
in,
Things.
Not
I
in
remember
Starship
that.
Troopers.
Right,
she does it.
I think mine was that, and then Monsters Ball right after that Halle Berry.
That's they're actually fucking filming a porno in that scene.
Yep.
They're
Yep.
filming
like
a
literal
porno in that scene.
So Jack Dawson, Titanic, one of those deaths too, where is it now in all-time grossing? It's still in the top 10, right?
It's got to be
Top 10.
close.
I
Yeah.
don't know where it'd be.
Yeah.
I feel like it is just on TV all.
Yeah.
It's become one of those movies that's on
Shawshank,
TV all the
that.
time. Yeah.
but it was such an event.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
went back to the theaters and everyone was so
James Cameron back for the first time in
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
That was an event. You had to see it. Like even my dad, like I wasn't really that interested in seeing it. And my dad was like, here, I rented it. Like you can watch it.
Was
Like,
this-
you just got to watch it.
It's currently number 4, by the way.
Was this the last ever double VHS?
It might have
movie?
been because DVDs were not too long after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not a bad question.
Yeah.
It was the double tapes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
bad question. Honestly, it's like you said because it's on TV all the time. So I don't know if like cliched is the right name for this right now, but like I know people will say best Leo movies. If you say Titanic, they'll be like, oh, like they're so much better. But it really is an awesome movie, start to finish.
Oh yeah. it's
That
great. It's
scene in the beginning where they're like walking up about to board and they had the music playing and it's
Yeah.
just like the how huge the ship looked, and it was like, this movie is fucking sensational. 'Cause
Like
it
the-
looks so real.
Yeah,
it was
it
all
does.
CGI, right?
They built a ship that was like 1/10 the size of what the actual Titanic was, or something like that. I remember seeing.
A lot of minis.
And their actual water scenes that was actual real, but it was like 80-degree water.
Yeah.
Like there's no real lull in my eyes. Like it flows perfectly.
Yeah.
And
throughout.
obviously, since it's a true event, obviously not a true story, but you know what's coming. So like the impending dooms is always kind of building up, and you see him fall in love. And
Yeah.
Yep.
like obviously
I did a TikTok on this a couple of years ago. It was on TV. Do we really buy that they fell in love in 4 days and she remembered him for his whole life?
Oh fuck yeah! How could you
Can
forget?
you fall in love in 4 days?
How could you
They
forget?
were on the ship for 4 days.
Yeah, I
believe
think
in
you can.
love at first sight. Well, I guess it was
do
more.
that.
It's more lust,
people-
I think.
Think about like all the people that go on like cruises and stuff, and they always remember like
Yeah, I
they
guess.
met on a cruise or the guy they met on a cruise or
4 days, man.
because you never. That's not enough time to learn the bad things about the person.
I
You know
guess.
what I mean,
Yeah, I
all you
guess.
see is the highlights.
I guess.
Stopped a suicide,
days.
rescued her from that asshole,
Yeah.
saved her life. She saved his life.
Showed her the
and then
bad
killed
side.
him.
Yeah, she
Yes.
did murder him. She should have got homicide for that for sure.
That's a life
naked.
packed into 4 days. That Rico.
Who did she murder?
Him,
Him.
Jack.
Oh, Jack Dawson. Oh, okay.
They
Yeah,
actually that death was so prevalent in pop culture that they did the MythBusters on it, whether or not she could let him on. Remember that?
Yeah. Yep.
What did they find?
I forget. I do remember they did it though,
on.
and there's no way he couldn't have got on that board with.
I also feel like he didn't really try that hard.
No, he did. He could
was
have
like
been
one
trying to
and two-
scratch and claw,
Yeah.
or find another board.
Right.
We wanted to go down with the ship. I'm just gonna say it one more time. Like, obviously, Cameron doesn't need his flowers for this movie, but like when they were making a Titanic movie, he could have went the fucking Michael Bay route and made it all actiony and cool like that. But he did that with putting together a great story. It really is fucking.
It's a
Yeah.
perfect
awesome.
movie.
Good
It's
movie.
a fan-fucking-tastic movie.
Yeah, it's so good. Rico,
It would have been nice if you could have seen her ex-husband or whatever blow his brains out like she said he did at the end of the movie.
Cal.
Yeah.
Lost it.
Cal.
Lost
Billy
it
Zane,
all
baby.
in 29. Lost it in 29.
Swallowed a
I don't
revolver.
know. I don't know how much more this is gonna fall. I'm gonna take Marley.
That's I wanted to do it so bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Marley. I know Eddie.
Guessing
Eddie's
this wasn't on
a
Ed's
known-
list.
Yeah.
Eddie's a known dog guy, but I was surprised he passed on this. But yeah, this was a tough one. I watched this movie going in one night before going out. I remember a couple of summers ago. I haven't seen it since I watched it. I took it late. I started it late. It's a good flick too. This was a good flick too. Like
Yeah.
Owen Wilson has something about him that he's not like the best. I don't think of him as a great actor, but he's got something that like I like what he's in. I like the internship that he's in. He's likable. He's a likable guy. Jennifer Aniston's a fucking treasure.
Yeah.
It worked out, and they do good stuff with the dog. Like it's not just the stupid stuff. Like the dog keeps running away. They do that montage, but like it's endearing. He's in there with the with the birds and
it's
when they're dating and he eats the fucking thing and this and that. Like it was what like having a dog is, and I'm not even that big of a dog guy myself.
The full arc of a dog's life and your life.
Yeah, exactly. Full arc of a dog's life.
Be careful, Rico. That's how fucking national narratives start.
Yeah, I know.
We
had a dog. We had a dog, but I wasn't as a kid. I wasn't asking for a dog. We got a dog later in life.
Yeah. So I had my first my childhood dog was a yellow lab. So like that,
so was mine, Max.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Murphy.
We
buddy.
I have intentionally not watched this movie, so I don't think I'll just the closest I've ever come to crying at a movie. I've never done it. Like a celebrity death won't get me really. Was My Dog Skip. I intentionally didn't watch Marley and Me because I've seen the still shots of him holding him on the operating desk. Obviously, I know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
The sheer thought of that with my dog now is like horrifying to me.
And I had to do that in 16 with my black lab.
I've had to. Well, I hadn't. I made my mom do it. I couldn't do it.
You pussy.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Twice growing up, mom was like, "You want to come?" I'm like, "I can't do it. You go."
Oh, dude, I cried my eyes out. That's the most I cried my entire life. Was when you put like a family dog in. That's the worst feeling ever. And my mom, she faked us out. She brought it. She's like, we gotta bring him to the vet. She's going, and we're like, okay, he went to the vet, and he's like, she could probably live for another few months. And we're like, okay, we brought him back home. We're back home. It's fucking crazy. She like faked us out. She he pull up Jimbo'd with our dog's death. That was the most insane thing I'd ever seen.
Got you a few more months though.
We got the extra few months, but she thought it was at death's door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. It is very sad. Jokes aside. So
jokes aside.
Jokes aside from you. I didn't make
jokes aside from you.
Yeah, you're the one who made the jokes. Hey, let's pause for another second because I want to talk about ChevyDriveChicago.com. It's a proud partner of the Special Olympics of Illinois. The annual Ducky Derby is just around the corner, and you can support these incredible athletes and this great cause with a chance to win the grand prize. Wait for it, the grand prize of an all-new Chevy Trax. That's right. You support a great cause, and you could potentially win a brand new Chevy Trax. It sounds like a win-win to me. All you have to do is head to ChevyDriveChicago.com/Ducky Derby to adopt a duck before Derby Day on August 7th. So do it now. Now's the best time because August 7th obviously is just in a couple days. So go do it. We thank you for your support. One more time, head to ChevyDriveChicago.com/Ducky Derby to adopt a duck before Derby Day on August 7th. And while you're there supporting a great cause, go check out the Fleet, Silverado, Colorado Trax. Hopefully you win the Trax. The Blazer. There's so many awesome things that you could check out there on that ChevyDriveChicago.com. So support the Ducky Derby, support Chevy, and let's get back into the episode. Back to me. I'm going Jack Torrance from The Shining. So you don't
frozen there.
Death, yeah.
Yeah. So like you don't actually see it. But when they cut back to that shot of him frozen as fuck, that's an image that is still lasted. It's a very memed, very gifed image on Twitter right now. So, Jack from The Shining.
I like that. That's a good one.
It's a good one.
I've never seen it, and I still know it.
Very gift one, for sure. That's like, you get that all the time. Anytime you leave remotely cold out, that gets tweeted 1 trillion times. I like that one.
Thank you. You're up, Kenjac.
I'm kind of happy. I got most of the ones I still want on the board. I'll start with another one of my favorite, a Spielberg one, The Melting Nazis in Raiders. The Melting Nazis is one of the all-time great death sequences you'll ever see. Don't look, don't open your eyes. And that fucking rat with the glasses, when he melts and like he does like
he was such an evil fuck. He was so scary for a nerd. Like, he was something else. Yeah.
He shows up and like it shows the thing printed on his hand, like burned onto his hand.
Yep.
But when he melts, and it melts in like layers of wax, basically, it's so fucked. And then that one guy's head just like explodes, but that's a different guy. But I think The Melting Nazis is one that always stood out to me as one of my favorite deaths. And Indy has a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And there's like another one I would say in the third movie that is arguably right up there.
Yep.
But The Melting Nazis specifically is the one that I loved.
Terrifying scene as a kid.
Big time.
Yeah. I scared the fuck out.
It's a fucking great scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're on
My big question is, how did they get untied from that pole though? And like, when did they know like it's safe to open our eyes?
I guess like the sound stopped and like the arc closed back up, right? They didn't like go like,
Yeah,
whoa,
it did.
like,
It went
the
up
top
into the
came back
sky
on.
and then came back down. Yeah, but they don't know that. Their eyes are closed.
I'd be very afraid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll take the melting Nazis. Next up, I'll do. I think I'll do, and this isn't really even necessarily that it's like the death itself is crazy. Like what's in the box in 7 is I think one of the coolest death scenes you'll see. That's a Fincher classic moment.
Which one? I'm sorry.
From 7.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
7.
You love
it's one of the
it.
great death scenes.
It's a fantastic movie.
Okay.
Great movie. Kevin Spacey, for whatever reason, plays a great villain in that movie. So fucking good. And just that whole sequence of what's the box? What's the box? Yelling Morgan
What's
Freeman
in the
tells him, "Don't do it."
box? Yeah.
Oh, tell me what's in the box, and like all that like kind
We're
of
ruining the
hesitation
movie
going
for him
into
right
it.
now.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I know all about it.
It's incredible. Such a great sequence. And I mean, it's not ruining the movie. The movie's from like 1996
Yeah,
or
it's
7.
your
So
fault.
It's too late.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, spoiler. I'm not mad at you for that.
It's like,
I already knew it, but yeah.
but yeah, it's one of the coolest sequences ever, and like that whole lead up into it, everything ahead of it.
This is the first one that's drafted where it's not the person really, you know, because she was just like a side character. Well, who was
Yeah.
it? Who was it? That was who was the
Gwyneth
character?
Paltrow.
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah, she was just kind of a side character, like not really there, but it's a insanely famous scene.
Insanely famous death sequence, and it's another one
Just
where I think
a
with the
perfect
other
twist.
Yeah, closer to like Arnie, where the Arnie death for me, where it's like it's a very, very cool death sequence, very impactful for the movie, and also just an iconic scene. So like it satisfies like
And
all
you
that
don't
requirement.
even see the death. Yeah,
Exactly. You don't even see the
that's
fucking
how
head.
good
It's-
of a scene it is.
Yeah, and like that whole delivery too from Kevin Spacey, where he's like, "I got a gift. It's a pretty little head," and it's just like, oh. And Brad Pitt's whole facial acting in that is crazy. Gotta go what's in the box.
Yeah, that's a good one. Like you said, it's unique in that way where it's not, you don't see the death. But
Yeah.
it's just
You don't even see the body or like anything about it. You just know death is present for the most part. You gotta watch. You should watch a movie tonight.
I'll add it to the list.
yeah, it's great.
put it
Okay.
on tonight. It's a perfect movie.
When did that come out?
That's having off
mid-90s?
nights. Perfect night. I'll put it on.
The guy in like the air freshener room, that scene is so fucked. Oh my god, so good.
Was that Gluttony?
No, that was
that what you're
the
talking
bigger
about?
guy.
Yeah.
This is like the drug guy that's like wired
Oh
up
yeah,
to
yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
machines.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's based on the 7 deadly sins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a draft if we didn't get some good fellas on there for a movie draft. And I'm gonna go with Tommy DeVito when he gets smoked, when he thinks he's getting
Made
made.
man.
Yeah. Fuck, it's such good.
Oh fuck!
Boom, boom, and then just leaking blood all over the place.
I think there's another one in Goodfellas that's worthy, but this one is the one you draft.
Yeah,
And Sam just
Oh,
smashing
definitely.
the
Yeah.
phone against the thing.
yeah, Jim,
The
freaking the fuck out.
I've been seeing this gif a lot today, even because rumors are circulating that the White Sox might fire their manager, and it's like, oh, Pedro Griffel walks into the clubhouse today, and then it's
Yep.
Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, this one always plays.
It's an all-time gift.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, like I'm not like I haven't searched this on Twitter, but I know someone uses GIF for like Pelosi and someone else took Biden back and they whacked.
Oh yeah, 100.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And you know what? If I would have seen that, I don't know if I did or didn't, I would have laughed
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's perfect little analogy.
yeah, that's it.
Fuck, that's a good one.
Great
That's a
scene.
good pick.
There hasn't
Me?
been a bad pick yet, I don't
Great
think.
scene. Rico, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna take another one sentimental. I'm gonna make a run on Tommy's here. I'm gonna take Thomas J. Sennett. He can't see without his glasses. He can't see without his glasses. Thomas J. getting stuck by the bees, man. My girl,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
his claw.
yeah.
I loved my parents. True story. My parents got the spoiler that he died. Would not let me see the movie because I loved Home Alone that much and loved Macaulay
watch
Culkin.
it
And they
die,
were like, you're gonna be distraught. I like couldn't watch it till I was like, I don't know, 12, 13. Like I'd forgot it. It was one of those you forgot about it, and then you watch it, and then you watch that, and you watch My Girl 2 with the double feature. Take Thomas J, man, unbelievable. And then there's another scene in that's like a heart wrencher when she at the end of the movie. I was watching it in the office one day. It was like a slow office day, not here, or a job I worked, and it was we had nothing to do. It was
Send
right
that
after
to
Hurricane
Portnoy.
Sandy. Yeah, it was right after Hurricane Sandy. It was right after Hurricane Sandy, and I was watching it, and the scene at the end when she goes, "Don't worry about Thomas J. My mother will take care of him." Oh my God, dude. Like waterwork. I had to walk away from the desk. I was in a cubicle. I walked away because I was fucking crying so much. It was unbelievable. I'll take Thomas J. Senate and My Girl.
Never seen it.
No, you never.
Oh my God, you've never seen it?
That's a heartbreaker one for sure.
It's a fucking brutal scene.
Open casket.
Yeah, open casket.
That's
He's
like
stung
very
by the
old,
bee.
right? Like 70s?
No, it's Macaulay
No, it's
Culkin.
like 90s.
Oh, okay.
Macaulay
never mind.
Culkin. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was famous for anything other than Home Alone and like Richie Rich.
Home
Oh,
Alone,
he's
Richie
been a
Rich,
bunch.
Page Master.
This
Oh, the
one,
Page
I never
Master was
watched
great. I
Page
love that
Master.
stuff.
The Good Son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched that.
Never
I
seen
watched
it.
My Girl. That seemed like that was his end of his run.
Yeah.
He seemed like one of those guys who could have resurfaced.
He kind of is.
He's married
his-
to Brenda Song from Disney Channel, I think.
Okay.
And like they do like that, I think like social shit. And he was doing like commercials, I think, for Google Home that were themed, but I don't know. It's not really
He
research.
still might. Like I think everyone's just waiting for him to jump into some badass role, and I think everyone will get around him in that show, whatever it is.
I would put him in my movie.
Yeah.
That I'm like, yeah.
Are you
my,
rating a
my movie of
screenplay?
like bringing people back?
Like
Yeah, like Vanderbeek, him,
yeah,
Tiffany
Vanderbilt.
Amber Thiessen.
my girl Eddie. She'll get the lead role.
Let's go.
Styles, she'll get the lead role. That would be my movie. If I hit the lottery, I would find the best filmmakers and be like, here, just I want to be on stage at the Oscars with these people. Figure it out.
I've seen her
That's
since like born.
That's
Julie
like you get things in the will when people die. If Rico passes, I hope it's never. But I hope I get your ticket for Julia
My
Stiles.
mythical ticket for Julia Stiles to win multiple Oscars. We may have shortened the market. We bought another ticket that just says one Oscar, and at this point we'll take a nominee. We'll just take a nominee if she gets it.
Just hope she
But
gets
we're
in a
short-
movie,
we're
dude.
Yeah, we're shorting down, but there's still room, Chief. She could still get it.
Julia Stiles. When was her last role?
I don't know.
Like the last thing I truly remember her in was in.
She was in that stripper movie.
She was in Hustlers.
Yes, she was the reporter.
Oh, you're right. Yep. Good call.
I was so funny because my wife goes, "Shut up!" Because the minute she comes, I didn't know Julia was in this movie. I'm screaming. I'm like screaming in the theater. I'm like, "All right!" I'm like, "Let's go, Julia!"
Styles, man.
Huge Met fan too.
Is she?
Oh.
Yeah.
Shout out Julia Stiles.
She was in something called Dragons in the Nine Realms, 2023.
Didn't see that one.
Don't think that one.
She was in a YouTube series called Blue, right? Do you have that on there? That was like 6 or 7 years ago.
That did not make her IMBD as far
She
as
plays an
I can see.
escort in a YouTube series. Yeah, we're keeping up with her. We need a role. We need a role.
The right role.
Need the right role. They got to write for her.
That's it.
23 episodes of Dragon the Nine Realms.
Okay.
So
There you
She was
go.
great in Dexter.
Yeah, she's had some good stuff.
And then bringing Dexter back too. I forgot about that. They shouldn't have done that.
But yeah, I'll take Thomas J.
Real quick, My Girl, like what Sharks did in Jaws, like that did for bees. My Girl.
Yep.
And now, like, I think people have learned like bees are really good and like actually needed in society. But like people were just probably murking bees in '91 after this.
So I used to, in our backyard, I would spray them with the water hose, the nest, and I saw that movie. I'm like, I'm done with that hobby. Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
We used to have bumblebees flying around in the backyard, and we had that big red bat that everybody had.
Yeah.
And if you caught one right, you could fucking launch these things if they were coming at you, and we would just you would just hear it like, and the thing would just go. It was wild.
Did you guys have lightning bugs on the East Coast? Or do you
Not
guys?
much.
We have them out here,
at
like,
least on Long Island a lot.
Yeah,
and that's what we would do, and the glitter would just spray everywhere.
It's still awesome.
It's
I
a
haven't done
weird
that.
thing to note. I can like in my mind imagine the smell of a lightning bug like crushed because like they would just go.
You're right.
I would I would do it. I would catch them and release them in my dad's room just to fuck with them, and I'd hear him in the middle like, "What the?" And he wouldn't be able to catch them because they'd be like all up in the ceiling and shit.
Jesus
You could just hear me.
What a little shit.
White Sox Dave, you're up.
All right, I'm taking some strategy in here. I hope that Chief didn't have the same thought I did, but I'm swinging here. I'm going with what I think's the more entertaining death for Joe Pesci. I am going Nicky Santoro in the cornfield and casino.
Man, I forgot that one.
One of the most brutal death. Like, obviously there's explosions and CGI and shit. Like, this is a real death scene. It's like baseball bats.
It's gruesome.
And you're killing someone, you know?
Yeah.
It's horrible. I stopped watching it. It's that bad.
There is one gripe I have with it. at one of the cutaways, one of the guys in his fucking tracksuit, you can tell it's a plastic bat, and it's like 2 hits, and you can just tell, and it bothers me. However, that's I think the most like entertaining death scene of all the.
Him and his brother.
Yeah, him and his brother buried alive. They're still breathing. You can see the dust like poofing out of his throat when he's giving his last breaths. Should I tell my landlord story now?
Dave, you.
Prior to when I first moved downtown, my the high school buddy who I was living with at the time, he signed the lease because he was already living downtown, and he sent it to me. I'm like, Nicky Spilotro, that's our landlord. Do you know who that is? That's who the real character was based off of.
Oh, okay.
It was his nephew was my landlord. Yeah. And they actually found his body a couple years after that at some place in Bensonville by the airport or some shit.
I think he was killed in Bensonville, and then they brought him to a cornfield.
Or something like that, yeah.
That was
they found the murder house like 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that. I'm still fine with going with DeVito first.
That's the more iconic.
Wait. How did you have a landlord if he was based on Santoro and Santoro
It was his nephew, the exact same name.
Got it.
It was Nicky Spilotro. They changed it to Santoro for the movie. It was his nephew.
Yep.
And to be fair, it's not even like with the rubber bats, the faker looking death in the movie, because the opening, like, what's his name, Sam's like car attack where they blow up the car and like
you see the body double. Yeah. That always bothered me too. Yeah.
Chief.
I'm going. I love this movie. I'm going Maximus at the end of Gladiator, where he has like the fight in the Colosseum against what was that character's name?
Commodus.
Yeah, Commodus. And he's already dying, and then he kills him with like his own knife, just fucking sweet, and then gives the speech, and then collapses and goes with his wife and kid. I think it's probably a top 20 movie for me, Gladiator, and I think that's an iconic death scene.
I think you should have flipped it.
What do you mean?
I think
take Commodus's death?
Yeah, and take his death as like a more satisfying. Like I split it up into sad, entertaining, and satisfying for my deaths. Because I think as a viewer, you're gonna find all three. Mm-hmm. I loved when whatever Phoenix.
Yeah.
Joaquin
Phoenix
got fucking gutted. It was awesome.
I just rewatched it. My fiance had never watched it before, and we're gonna go to like the Gladiator screening together. So I was like, we gotta watch it ahead of time. So you get like the sort of general know how what's going on. Man, so many of the scenes in there are so good. That opening fight,
opening fight is fucking awesome with the flaming arrows going into Germania, and it's a great movie.
It's a fantastic movie.
It's awesome, and that whole ending scene with Jaime Hansu being like, "I'll meet you soon, friend, but not yet."
Yeah,
as they like buries the little things,
the little figurines.
It gets me, dude. The Enya blasting in the background.
Yep.
Oh,
there's we're talking about movie mistakes. There's one small cutscene where you can see the chariot and you can see big gas tanks, like hydraulic tanks in the back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
once you notice it,
point out there's a guy in jeans at one point too, when that's in the shot, and I think they digitally removed him. Yeah.
So it's this one slipped by me, which is crazy.
Huh.
So I was never into this stuff. Like I was always like I don't know, I just didn't like that time period movies.
Okay. You've never seen the movie?
No.
Oh.
No. Oof. I don't think I have either.
Yeah, that's an Italian classic.
Gladiator?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Oh, what do you call one of the greatest bits in all of Sopranos? Was what's his name?
Ralphie.
Loving Gladiator.
I just held out. Yeah, I was like I held out for Game of Thrones for so long, you know that. But now, now that the second, I'm gonna watch the second one before the first one before I see the second one. So
I think it won Best Picture, right?
It did. It won a shit ton of awards.
Yeah.
This was to me also one of the first DVD surround sound movies. Like that kind of coincided with like the same. This and The Matrix. We're like the two, and it's like, you guys hear about surround sound?
Yeah.
Like, we put it in our basement. Hey, let's take one more break because I want to talk about Portillo's. You got to beef up your summer with a trip to Portillo's, whether you're craving a Chicago-style hot dog with cheese fries, wanting a char-grilled burger, looking for a fresh-made salad, or cooling down with a cake shake. Portillo's is the spot to relish delicious food that fits every occasion. And if it's a break from the heat you're looking for, let Portillo's restaurants be your oasis. The fun, friendly team will cook up your food to order while you're grooving to the music and exploring all of the decor. Want a different way to get Portillo's? No problem. Portillo's is the fastest drive-thrus in town, plus easy pickup and delivery options. So head to your Portillo's to satisfy your Chicago street food cravings. One more time, I'm going to give you my recommendations. Try the jumbo hot dog instead of the regular hot dog. I love the jumbo. Try the chocolate eclair cake. Give it a shot. It's a fantastic dessert. I had it at my house for the block party. People were raving about it. So celebrate your summer the Chicago way with Portillo's. Order at Portillo's.com or visit your local Portillo's today. And whatever you get, you can't go wrong at Portillo's. The menu, top to bottom, is that good. All right, let's get back into it. You're up again.
I'm going to take Ricky and Boys in the Hood. Have you guys seen that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Y'all seen a dead body?
Yeah, well, not that one, but yeah. But again, like another gang violence thing, and you could feel the movie kind of moving that way. But you think he's going to USC or is getting recruited by USC. He's going to be the guy to get out of the neighborhood, and he wasn't really involved in all like the gang shit. And then he gets killed as like a retribution killing.
Yep.
And then they bring him back to the couch. The mother's screaming, crying. And the girlfriend screaming, crying, and then they open up the SAT scores, and he like qualified to get the scholarship like after his death. So it was like the first time I saw that, I was like, holy fuck. That's one that always stuck with me.
Haunting type of ending too, when they just fade the brother away at the end.
Yeah,
they don't really show you what happens, but Ice Cube just fades away.
Yeah,
was it Ice? It's Ice Cube.
It
right?
is Ice Cube. Yeah.
Yeah, Ice Cube just fades away. It's tough.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
White Sox, Dave.
So this one, I like as we get the draft topics, and I'm jogging my brain on what was my favorite. In a vacuum, this is probably my most hated scene ever, but like one I will never be able to take my eyes off of. It's when Private Mellish got stabbed in Saving Private Ryan.
Ooh.
When Corporal Up was walking up the stairs and he could blow the guy's brains out, they caught this guy early in the war. They could have kept him in the war, could have kept him as a POW. They're like, now blindfold him, have him walk that way.
Yeah.
He's singing, "Oh, say, can you see? Oh, say," like kind of singing the national anthem, saying "fuck Hitler." He goes back, he's fighting, and he gets the guy in the end. It's so fucking sad.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to shoot Corporal Up,
fucking up him, and he's like begging for his life.
He's like, no.
Yeah. That's
and you know it's coming, but the whole scene, it feels like it's 10 minutes long when he's just using his body weight to shove the bayonet into the guy's heart. Super fucking sad.
Yeah. Good
I remember I recently looked it up, and now I just looked it up again because do you remember the scene where he's like slowly stabbing him? He's speaking to him in German. And I looked it up recently, and because I had no idea what he said. Obviously, it was German. He said, "Give up. You don't stand a chance. Let's end this here. It'll be easy for you, much easier. You'll see it'll be over quickly." Like as he's stabbing this guy, like so slowly in the chest. Oh, it's fucking brutal.
Which one would you rather have? Foreign song, the one from Saving Private Ryan when he tells the story about his brothers of the lady singing.
Ad-libbed, by the way.
Yeah, completely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or the foreign song in Shawshank.
Which one was the one in Shawshank?
It was
it's when he plays
Italian
that.
ladies.
Yeah, the Italian lady. Which they sound very similar. Which one's a better moment, or which one? Yeah, which one's a better moment? I think it's the one in Shawshank, but by a little. Because Saving Private Ryan, that's a great moment too. When the other one's
it's Edith Piaf, right?
Yeah.
I'd probably go Private Ryan. Because that's when it's like playing
that's
through
such
the
a
village.
Significant scene in Shawshank, though, man. When
I
gives
know.
the prisoners a little bit of hope.
And he gets put in the hole for like
2 months.
Yeah.
Yep. I would say two best foreign songs of all time. And third is a close one in Wolf of Wall Street when they play Gloria, the Italian version.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's a great foreign song, too, for different reasons.
Fuck, that's a good one. I love that. Private Mellish is a great poll.
Yeah.
Bosco.
Oh, it's me, huh? All right, I've taken enough sad deaths. I think I'll take a badass one. Choosing between two. But you know what? I just watched it last night. I'm going to take Vincent in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Like that one?
No, I love
okay.
I was just thinking like
such a swing. Like I had forgot that movie. I even forgot that the opening is the whole date sequence. I forgot the needle in the heart is like basically the beginning of the movie to a degree.
Yeah.
But then Bruce Willis is just, you see him in the car. He's like, God damn it, the fucking watch. I just said the fucking watch. He's losing it. He gets there. You don't know what's going to happen. He puts in a Pop-Tart thinking he's fucking, or a fake Pop-Tart, thinks he's like safe. And and that's a very like iconic thing that Tarantino does in the movie, which you notice when he looks at the sword, he looks at the sword the same way he looks at the gun. And he looks at the gun and he hears the guy flush the toilet and he's like, ba-boom. And before he can even speak, and he's just like, ba-boom. That's a badass shot. I'll take that one.
That's a really good one. Damn. I really think a lot of Tarantino ones are tough here because a lot of his death scenes are so like bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This was subtle, but it was worth it.
Yeah. So
I love it. I just watched that movie too. I've seen that movie 1,000 times. One of my top 5 favorite movies. I don't get why he just leaves the gun there. He like wipes it off.
Because I think he's not great at his job. I heard this on a podcast this week.
No. I'm talking about Bruce Willis. Why did he leave the gun there?
Why he leaves the gun when he leaves?
Yeah, when he leaves.
I don't know. I think that's just one of those. He's driving a motorcycle home, right? Wait, is that?
No, that's after he goes back. No, not goes back. He runs over Marcellus and then chases him into the pawn shop, and then the whole rape scene.
Yeah.
So he had already killed him without the motorcycle. I don't know why he leaves the gun. I guess it's just he's walking the streets. You don't want to be carrying a fucking
assault rifle.
Assault rifle. Yeah.
It's very fair.
Just blasted through the door.
Why does Vincent leave his gun there? I think because he's bad at his job. To answer that question.
Yeah, he just leaves it.
Because if you notice, he just kills the other kid, Marvin. Like he's just not great.
I killed Marvin.
Yeah, he kills Marvin.
I shot Marvin in the face.
He almost fucks up the robbery at the diner. Like he's shooting his mouth off at the diner. He shoots his mouth off with the wolf.
Chill, honey bunny.
Yeah, he shoots his mouth off with the wolf. When he does the Ezekiel 25:17, he's like wandering in the back of the kitchen and shit like that. Like Vincent might not.
No, he wasn't wandering in the back of the kitchen. He was taking a shit. That's like what you're missing. He's always taking.
No.
Yes, he was. He says it. He goes, "I'm going to go take a shit."
No, in the beginning, when they're doing the 25:17 with those 3 guys that are eating Big Kahuna Burger, he's just wandering in the kitchen.
Yeah, well, he's going to look for the briefcase.
Fair, but he's like, I agree with you, but I just think he might not be as good as Samuel L. Of the two, Samuel L. Jackson's better. Put it that way.
Yeah, definitely, objectively.
All right, Vincent and Pulp Fiction. Back to me. I got 2 picks and I got 3 spots left, and that I really want. I'm going to go this based off a pure shock factor, and I feel like everyone just let it go by the wayside because Kenjac brought it up first, but Billy Costigan and
definitely.
The Departed.
Yeah.
Like, when he gets popped and those elevator doors open.
Did not see it coming.
Nope.
No one did.
Yeah.
No one. It is honestly that moment that made that movie kick into another echelon.
Yeah.
I saw it opening night. It was everybody was silent.
Mm-hmm. That whole closing sequence, like that closing 25 minutes, is fucking insane. There's like a million deaths in there. You could even say, like, you could say, like Jack. I mean, I guess I shouldn't. Is that tipping? I guess.
No.
Yeah.
I have one of them on my board. I don't know if I'm going to pick it, but yeah, you can make a case for all.
A lot of them. Yeah.
The only one who doesn't die is fucking Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like Damon's face, like when he realized, like when
come on, man, really?
Yeah, he was just like.
Oh, he's like, all right, or something like that.
Yeah.
I was saying in the elevator.
Like, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh no, he's like shitting his pants. He's like, what the fuck just happened?
Fuck, all time.
Thought he got away with it.
When DiCaprio captures Damon, doesn't Damon just say, just fucking kill me?
Just
fucking kill me.
He's like bleeding out of his mouth.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, I don't know. It feels like good value there in the.
Oh, definitely is.
That's a good one for sure.
Yeah. Kenjac, back to you.
All right, these are my last 2, right?
Yeah.
I have so many on here I want so bad.
Same.
God damn, it's really tough to pick between them. I think I will do. I think one of the more iconic movie deaths, and I just watched this yesterday because I'm going to Alien Romulus in a couple days. The chest burster in the first Alien. I think the alien chest burster is one of like the most iconic death scenes you'll ever see in any movie. And I was watching the fiance who had never seen it before, and like that scene, like seeing somebody else react to that scene for the first time definitely made me grow an even deeper appreciation for it. She was like, whoa, like, because when he's wearing that white, curly white, clean t-shirt and just like, and like all the blood like popping out, everything in the whole room goes silent. And then like, what the fuck is going on? And then when it like pops out and just like looks around, it's a brutal sequence. I think it was Kane was the character's name. Man, I love that scene. I think that's a good one.
Never seen it.
Same.
The OG Alien. Oh, if you like Ridley Scott, if you Gladiator is one of your favorite movies, this is like where he made his bones.
All right. Never seen it.
It's been on my list for a long time.
Yeah, like I know what the movie. I know what the alien looks like. It's a freaky looking alien.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it.
But
Never seen it.
This is not bad though. Sometimes in the movie drafts, like a lot of didn't see it. This is the first one I feel like like that. So been a good
Alien
draft.
has a crazy history, by the way, in that the first one's directed by Ridley Scott, the second one's directed by James Cameron, the third one's directed by David Fincher.
Wow.
Like,
Really?
what an insane.
Cameron did a sequel that wasn't his?
Yeah, he did this. He did Aliens, and it was like a very Alien is a horror movie basically, and Aliens is like an action movie.
Oh, okay.
They're like totally different.
I'm surprised Cameron did a sequel.
Cameron do T2
Yeah, he did T2
or T1 rather?
really?
T1.
Oh, yeah. He did both. Yeah,
Okay, I wasn't sure if he did T1.
No, but to do a sequel that wasn't his franchise.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he signed on for it, and it's an awesome.
Yeah.
Aliens is like I would say just as good, if not better, than Alien. It's so fucking good. Bill Paxton, shout out Twisters,
Okay.
that, among many other people. But I'll say Alien Chestburster, and then I'll do one. This is a one for me, and that I think it affected me so adversely as a kid that I need to include it, and it is the scene in Final Destination 2 where they're driving behind the lumber truck, and the fucking giant tree pops off and just crushes that car. I have never been able to drive behind one of those cars. If I see one on the highway, I need to be away from it.
Yeah, there's a few in the Final Destination fucking franchise that like are crazy. I remember watching Final Destination 1 in a hotel room and being like, oh my God, like what is this movie? With John Denver playing all the time. Oh my God, it like ruined that song for me. Fucking crazy. And then even the way that ends, it leaves a cliffhanger. It was fucking nuts.
Dude, Sean William Scott too in like the first one.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, we made it, and then like,
the teacher is worse when she burns to death.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, but I think the lumber one specifically, that's one where like every time in that whole car that
He gets strangled and burns. Oh,
I think that car sequence though in Final Destination 2, because we drive all the time. Like I don't fly every day. Like I don't do any of this. Like we all drive enough where it's like
right behind lumber trucks too. Yeah,
dude, the lumber truck fight, man, that one fucked me up so bad. So bad.
I didn't have any Final Destination on my board, but this is a great pick. This is like this was a good. Do
you know what song was playing?
Oh,
during that sequence, what was it?
I think it was Hell's Bells, AC/DC.
Was it?
On the radio, I'm pretty sure.
And I was just about to say, it feels like we're primed for another one of these. Like it just feels like we're the era. And I looked it up. Final Destination Bloodlines is coming in 2025.
There we go.
Yeah,
it's going to be so bad, but so good.
I don't
swim anymore in swimming pools because I'm afraid I'm going to get sucked through my asshole through the
through the drain.
Through the drain pipe.
Yeah. Good
spit out like slushy.
Dude, that guy getting like you're talking about the girl getting strangled. So I was thinking the guy gets strangled, right? And like his eyes, like blood starts like pouring out of his eyes because he on the thing in the shower, like the.
Oh yeah, maybe I'm mixing them up. But the teacher like burns, or she slits her throat or something. She burns to death. I don't know. The whole thing is fucking crazy.
But I remember like the main dude's best friend. I think it's Devin Sewell, right?
Yeah.
Like his best friend, like he like slips in the shower and like the rope gets
yeah.
Like you see his eyes. Like
no, she gets slit. The cup slides or something. I don't know. It's one of those I've watched. I will not watch again.
Yeah. Oh, it's brutal.
I don't do well with stuff like that.
Yeah. So I'm good with that as my final pick.
Fucking Devin Soya and Allie Larder.
All right, Allie Larder. Yeah, all timer.
Does she get naked?
No,
not in that one, but she survives into the other ones. So
yeah,
maybe
I haven't seen it.
I don't remember much after 2.
All right, I'm between 2. Like I said, I was hoping you'd take one so to take the pressure off me, but you didn't. Got to get some dinosaurs on the board. So I'm gonna take the guy who's taking a shit and just gets gobbled up by the T-Rex.
Yeah.
In Jurassic Park.
The old Elvis death.
That is a really good one. And there's also, I wonder if you guys have you watched Jurassic World?
Yeah.
Chris Pratt one?
Yeah.
There's this girl, like the assistant for Bryce Dallas Howard's character, gets manhandled in that movie. Like 15 dinosaurs get a piece of her. Do you remember that?
Yes, dude. There's like a whole thing on it where it's like, that lady sucked, but I don't know if she deserved a death that bad. Like, have you seen it?
No.
Dude, this lady, like, gets annihilated. A death that King Joffrey deserved, she got it. Like, it was
5 different flying birds get a hold of her at once, and then like a giant sea dinosaur jumps up and eats her. Like, it's crazy.
It's a tough break.
Yeah, it was bad. But
She got
yeah,
like helicopter hit it, like the version of that in like football for the dinosaur wars would happen.
and it just really set like that's when Jurassic Park, where it's like, all right, this goes from like a kind of like a nerdy like science movie to being like, oh fuck, let's go. This is now
now we're on. It's on.
Now it's survival.
Yeah.
Tell you what, man, Spielberg knows deaths. A lot of Spielberg on here.
Yeah, he does. Rico.
All right, I'm gonna go back to the well with I think the sad ones. I'm gonna take Captain Miller in Saving Private Ryan.
I consider that heavily.
When he's like earn this. Yeah, it's unreal.
And then when it fades back into the modern time, and he's like, "Tell me I'm a good man."
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. There's a lot still on the board. You could take some badass ones. There's one badass one that's gonna bother me that I didn't take. Think there's a controversial one. There's another run in here. We touched on The Departed. I think you could take something like that, but I'll take Captain Miller Saving Private Ryan.
That's so good. Such a sad sequence after that too, and like he falls down at the grave.
Yeah,
like all the kids come over and shit.
Yep.
Oh, brutal sequence.
The only flaw in that movie is when they find another Miller and they tell him, and he's like, "My brother's in grammar school." It's such an unnecessary
Nathan Fillion
scene. Yeah, you didn't need to have that.
And Ted Danson, or Corporal Captain Ted Danson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Such a random ad in that movie. And Paul Giamatti. So many random like people in that went on to be like even
stars. Yeah.
I do a Band of Brothers rewatch every 6 months, of 4th and then on Christmas, and I always forget that Tom Hardy's in Band of Brothers.
Yep.
Not
He
much.
is?
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
I just watched it for the first time. I don't recognize Tom
I don't
Hardy.
remember that.
He's like a very minor,
yeah, he's a minor part. Remember towards the end, I think it's the 9th episode when Spears walks into, he's banging one of the
Austrian
yeah.
chicks.
He's like
she's
Janet
Austrian or
shit.
Belgian.
Yeah.
one of the two. And then he's like butt ass naked, and that's Tom Hardy.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. And
I like Schwimmer in that.
Yeah, he's awesome in it.
Captain Sobel, most hateable guy of all time.
dude, he's so good in that.
He's
That's such a
perfect.
randomly great role. That should
But
not
then he
be-
just kind of fades out. Like I thought he would come back.
he does
He
at one
comes
point.
back.
I know. I
little
remember
bit,
him
yeah.
just walking past guys, but he doesn't have any moments.
He does.
No, he has-
That scene is good though.
He has one with, we salute the rank,
Not the person,
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah. He like kind of
And then he like puts his head down. Yeah.
Yeah, and his like XO is Simon Pegg, who did like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and like all those movies.
Yeah.
A couple other a lot of good actors in that. That movie and also that show and also Black Hawk Down, a weird breeding ground of great actors.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy also in Black Hawk
Yep.
Down.
Mm-hmm.
Nikolai Coster-Waldau plays Jamie Lannister, also in Black Hawk
Ewan
Down.
McGregor.
Fucking Phil from Modern Family is in Black Hawk Down. It's crazy, like how many different people you.
Yeah.
you
I don't-
imagine.
Ari
It's talked
Ari
about.
Gold's in Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a helicopter
Yeah.
pilot, and he dies.
Jeremy
Yeah.
Piven.
Yeah.
So I think good value. I'll take Captain Miller, Saving Private Ryan.
I think it's a great pick.
White Sox Dave.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I'm running away with the draft right now. I've got my sad, Jack and Goose. I got like entertaining, Nicky Spilotro. Then sad again. I'm going with entertaining and like satisfying right now. I'm going with Hans Gruber of Die Hard.
It's on my list.
Oh.
Yeah.
Late round.
Good pick.
Is in the story that they surprised him when they dropped him, so it's a genuine reaction when he's falling.
Oh, I
They
hadn't
did-
heard that.
Yeah, like they did 3, 2, and they like dropped him on 2 or something. So he genuinely didn't see it coming. So
How'd they film that then?
I don't know
It was
exactly.
actually dropped.
He
Like,
was
few
he was
feet?
hanging over something, like he was dropping into like basically like cushions, but like
Yeah.
from a decent distance, like a story or something like that, or a story and a half. And like they
Oh,
were
that's-
holding him, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna drop you on 3. Ready, 1," and then dropped him. And like that's why he saw it. Oh,
It's a good trick.
Oh, it's a real,
It worked.
real
It
genuine
worked.
reaction.
yeah. Another really good. I always mention movies that made us whenever we come on one of these drafts, but their Die Hard episode is so fucking good. All the behind the scenes, like the minis that they built of was Nakatomi Plaza, like so cool.
I gotta watch that. Die Hard's great. That's a good
I
pick,
was gonna
Dave.
say you've never seen it.
No, I gotta watch the movies we made us.
Oh, gotcha.
Chief, Mr. Irrelevant.
Damn, I got so many though.
Yeah, it's hard.
See, this is what I was saying though. I'm like first or last, it really doesn't matter where you pick. I feel
Yeah, I
like
didn't think this was I wasn't expecting this like when Eddie texted me, it was like, I had nothing in my head. And then I started looking. I'm like, wow, this is a pretty deep draft.
Yeah, very deep.
he's struggling.
Yeah, I know. I am.
Stumped.
Because there's one that I want to take that's like I'll just save that for honorable mention. I'll take Braveheart Freedom at the end. when he's getting
Yeah,
That's a
tortured.
great Great. Mr.
pick.
Irrelevant.
That would have been my top honorable mention if you had to put it up.
All right, then a good Mr. Irrelevant then.
Braveheart Freedom.
Yeah.
What do you have for Mr.? What do you have for honorable mentions?
I just got a couple here. The one that I was between there, it spawned a whole legitimate franchise of a franchise. It's got to be Apollo Creed.
All right, so that was one of the ones I had like 5 left that I
Okay.
was between. Yeah, if he dies, he dies.
Guys,
Yeah,
Yep.
like
I must break you.
like Creed. It spawned a whole other franchise.
Yeah.
And then I just have the obviously Sonny from The Godfather. You talked about
That he got shot like 700 times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Don Corleone in The Orange.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Grandson, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what
I got No Country for Old Men.
Which one?
The one where he zips him in the fucking head.
cattle thing?
Yeah, the
on
cattle
the fucking
thing.
side of the road.
Yep.
A good one.
sick.
Yeah.
Damon in The Departed. Brian Piccolo. Brian's
Brian song. That's
Yeah, I know. Gary Bertier, Remember the Titans.
Oh,
Oh.
that's a good one.
We don't
Bubba
Well, he
and
doesn't
Forrest
die. He
Gump.
doesn't die.
He dies like years
Yes,
later.
he
Yeah.
does. Yes, he does. He dies 5 years later. That's why they go to the funeral. That's how the whole thing starts.
I thought
Yeah,
it was
but-
like I thought it was like 30 years later because he did like they had the whole thing. He was in the Special Olympics or something.
I
Yeah,
was
Louis got a
remembering. I
mustache.
thought it was like 5 years.
Yeah. Forrest Gump?
No, I'm talking. Remember the Titans.
he
Remember
was
the
almost
Titans,
30 when he died.
Yeah, I thought he
He was
died
born
like
in
a little bit.
so
53,
10
died in
10
81.
10 yeah. 10
Okay.
years 10 years later, but
10 years later. All right.
It's like, I thought you were saying Forrest Gump.
No.
I think he was in the regular Olympics.
Bubba, Forrest Gump, John Coffey, Green Mile,
yeah.
The Dog, and I Am Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
then
was
this
a
one
great
would have got.
yeah.
This one may have gotten vetoed because it's loopy. George and It's a Wonderful Life. Technically,
Like you're saying.
technically he dies.
Yeah. But he gets brought back within the movie. Okay.
He gets
yeah.
brought back within the movie. Technically,
Yeah.
I just wrote that down.
Yeah.
And then the other one we touched on with the Goodfellas was Frankie Carbone and the fucking meat truck.
yeah,
Yeah.
Meat truck.
What was playing?
Yeah,
Fall out the video autopsy.
Unreal.
Kenjac?
I had have any of you seen Bone Tomahawk?
Nope.
There's a death sequence in that. That's one of those brutal things I've ever seen in my life. This dude, like, they grab these. They're like, they call them like troglodytes, which are like these cave Native Americans. They like, it's an old West movie. They grab this guy. One grabs one leg. The other guy grabs the other leg, and then they split him upside down, like
Jesus Christ.
from his dick down the middle. It's one of the most insane brutal things I've ever seen. Sicario, the dinner sequence where like Alejandro like kills the guy that killed his daughter. You got Sicario. If you guys haven't seen that one, definitely watch that. Rorschach and Watchmen when Dr. Manhattan blows the dude up. Very cool. Did you ever see Resident Evil?
Nope.
Played the game.
Nope.
Resident Evil, there's a scene where these lasers dice this dude up, and it's so fucking cool. It always stuck in my mind. Basically, like every death in Predator, I think could also be like included in here. Specifically, the is it Hanzo? Or was it who's the Native American guy? Where like he's on like the little tree bridge, and he's like cutting his chest so that the alien could see like on the thermal imaging. That part was awesome. Aim for the bushes and the other guys always just made me laugh. And then the Iron Giant, I think, was one that was definitely way up there. Like the Iron Giant, like going into the fucking, I guess he's alive. I don't care. Like when he's flying into like the nuke, doing the Superman thing, that always got me as a kid. And then there's this one movie that's really good. That it's a Korean movie that no one would have seen, but it's called I Saw the Devil, and it's about this guy he works for like the Korean version of like the CIA, and one day a serial killer like dices up his wife. So the entire movie is about him torturing this serial killer without ever revealing his face. Like he keeps like catching and releasing him and torturing him. And then the ending sequence is like he takes the serial killer and rigs him up to this guillotine machine. And he like invites the serial killer's parents and young son to come and like to his house. And when they open the door, it releases the mechanism that beheads him
Oh.
in front of like his entire family. It's such a fucking satisfying scene, but it's so fucking good. But a lot of good ones on here, and basically like a lot of deaths in Commando too. A lot of Arnie on here. Arnie's got a lot of good deaths in movies.
He does. Chief?
I had the propeller guy in Titanic when he jumps off the back of the ship.
That was memorable for sure.
It's a great one. The ending scene in The Notebook. Inglorious Bastards, Shoshana, when she kills the private, then he flips around, kills her, and then and everything happens at the end of that movie. I had there's a Zapruder film in the JFK movie where they show back into the left getting his head blown off.
Okay.
Has anyone seen Jojo Rabbit?
Yeah, it's a brutal one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
but I
brutal
don't
one.
even want to talk about it because I think it's such a good movie that I don't want to spoil it. It's still sort of new-ish. What's it, like 6 years old now? Something like that.
Maybe I'll watch that.
It's a great movie. You'd love it.
Yeah,
and it's like funny too. It's a funny movie, and then it like breaks your heart. And then the Russian roulette and Deer Hunter.
I've never seen it, but I know it's
Yeah.
Dave?
Chubbs Peterson. Just for funny. John Coffey. Someone said Private Kyle, Full Metal Jacket, Old Yeller, and then kids movie. I said that this is like as kids as get. Littlefoot's Mom and the Lamb.
Yeah.
A lot
Bambi's
of people
mom should probably get.
Bambi's mom, and then another funny one, Killer from Half Baked. Not that it's funny that a dog died, but the scenes. It's funny. Hey guy, did you kill my dog? He's like, I don't know why, man, but I believe him, yo.
Did you look up the Mythbusters, Lance?
Yes, so they proved that he could have got on there.
What a cunt! What a
He could have
cunt!
got on.
Jack could have got on the door.
Yeah,
Could have got on.
They would have got divorced. 100% they get divorced.
What are you gonna say?
I've got
Lance?
some honorable mentions as well.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I think it's a snub. You guys aren't into superhero movies, but Tony Stark in
for
Endgame.
Everybody said that. I feel like we're gonna get mad on that list. I've never seen any
that's
of
a
the
huge one.
Endgames.
Caretaker from Longest Yard, Chris Rock.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Yeah.
Sirius Black or Snape from Harry Potter. I know people like Dumbledore. I thought those were hard. Funny one, Wizard of Oz, the
Snape's
witch.
Hans Gruber. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, the witch.
That's the
It's
witch.
Alan Rickman. All right.
He just died.
Kane from Menace to Society. I don't know if you guys seen Menace to Society. That's a good one. And then the psycho shower scene.
Yeah.
That's an iconic.
Yeah, that's an iconic.
Probably could have done the chainsaw scene in American Psycho.
And then there's so many horror ones, like you said.
There was another one I forgot to put in honorable mention. Scanners, where the guy's head explodes. That's another iconic GIF one too. Where I'm sure you've seen it. Like it's one where you probably don't know, but if you saw, just imagine your head, a bald guy's head exploding, and that's the Scanner's head exploding.
That's
It's an
it.
Here's the
iconic
one that
for
just
sure.
popped into my head. The dude in Dumb and Dumber when he eats the flaming hot, like little, I don't know, what are they called? The little ball things in the restaurant.
Yep.
Yeah,
The
that's
little
fucking
candies.
random one too.
All right, I'm going to run through them and we're going to vote.
I forgot we got to vote still.
Kenjac, T2, Arnold's Death, Melting Nazis and Raiders of the Lost Ark, What's in the Box from 7, Alien Chestburster and Alien, Lumber Truck and Final Destination 2. Eddie, Quint from Jaws, Jack from The Shining, Tommy DeVito from Goodfellas, Billy Costigan from The Departed, Toilet T-Rex in Jurassic Park. Rico, G-Baby and Hardball, Marley from Marley and Me, Thomas from My Girl, Vincent in Pulp Fiction, Captain Miller in Saving Private Ryan, White Sox Dave, Goose from Top Gun, Jack Dawson from Titanic, Nicky Santoro in Casino, Private Mellish in Saving Private Ryan, Hans Gruber in Die Hard. Chief Mufasa from Lion King, Fredo from Godfather 2, Maximus in Gladiator, Ricky in Boys in the Hood, Freedom in Braveheart.
I don't think there's a weak board out there.
There really isn't.
not,
It's
man.
tough.
It's a tough one.
I don't know how to even do this week.
It's got to be a way to put 5 on.
If
No
there-
matter what, you guys are gonna get shit in the comments. How
Golly,
the fuck
Lon.
you leave this guy off?
If there was, it would have been done by now.
We've been doing this like 3.5 years.
All right,
Honestly, it
boss.
might almost be an advantage to get left off because then more people are going to want to vote. They're going to get angry no matter what because the teams are so good. And you might angrily vote for that person.
I
that's
don't think
left
there's a weak board.
There's not. There's really not. This is maybe the hardest one ever.
It is a hard one.
Like
off.
ever.
Yeah, you want to see?
What, Rico? Who you got?
You want to see?
I don't even know.
It's tough.
Kenjac, you got one?
I'm torn between two. As far as like iconic death sequences go, I think the two that have the fewest are Rico and Dave. Well, like these are all good death sequences.
yeah.
But I'm thinking like as far as like general impact on movies, one of you two, I'd probably have to go with yours, Rico.
All right.
Just because of Marley, Me, and G Baby. Not like, and even Thomas J said it. Like, not everyone's gonna know that.
No, but
You know
they're
what I mean?
sad. I could see myself being left off, but I'll go sad.
I think I would go with Rico.
Rico.
All right, so if it's between me and Dave, I'll vote Dave.
I voted for Rico already.
All right, Chief.
All right.
I voted for Kenjac because it's not really even his fault, but I haven't seen Seven, I haven't seen Alien, and I don't think
Yep.
I've seen that Final Destination. So
I did Chief.
fair.
So that means
That means I'm left off.
Rico's off. Yeah.
But the
All
thing
right.
is, you're gonna get left off, and you have enough good picks.
Yeah, I
People are gonna
know.
go nuts. To
I knew I was picking with like Nicky Santoro was a great pick. Like there was picks on there that you could have done whatever. I said I was picking with my heart the whole way through, so
yeah.
that may have been my undoing. So
But
I
it
think it's
won't
gonna help
like. I mean, that's just a bad break, Rico. Like
Yeah.
you got
It is. It's a tough. It was a loaded board.
someone at the go, and
What I think did it for me was you took
I think the dog people are gonna come for my back. They'll have my back.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. I just thought the Saving Private Ryan pick was the worst of the two.
Oh, I didn't think so. Of the
know?
Saving Private
Yeah.
Ryan. Oh, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay.
all right then, boys, this was fun.
All right, that was a good one.
Yeah, was
Good pick, Eddie.
Yeah,
Hold on. Which movies am I watching now that I can't miss?
My girl.
My Girl?
7.
I would watch
I've watched-
You would really like Jojo Rabbit. Like Dave, you would love Jojo Rabbit.
Okay.
7.
I've seen 7.
I am the
It's
devil.
awesome.
Something.
I'm the devil. That one's fucked.
What's
up.
that
So
super
good.
fucked up one you were just talking about? The
Is that
Korean
the serial
one.
killer one?
The Korean one, yeah.
That's I Saw the Devil. That's a really good one. If you want to watch any movie that has really good
And
death
Alien.
sequences, watch any movie that's directed by S. Craig Zoller. He directed
S.
Bone Tomahawk, which I talked about before. He directed was it Dragged Across Concrete, which is Vince Vaughn. Some of the craziest practical death scenes you'll ever see in your life. Did Dragged Across Concrete, Brawl in Cell Block 99, and I'm missing one too.
And you said his last name is Zoller?
Yeah, Zahler. And Bone Tomahawk, I think it's on Netflix right now.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Text.
Okay. Oh, I also had. I almost forgot this one too. The Mist ending. It's not really like a death scene, but that's a death scene that really fucked me up. If you guys had ever seen The Mist and the ending sequence of that, man, that fucked me up. That's a bad one.
all right, guys, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
boys.
everybody. See you
See you
Wednesday.
guys. I got it.